So I got a confession to make. The other day, I let a negative comment get to me on social media, but it happened so unconsciously, and it literally made me realize the trap that most of us fall into out here when we receive negative comments on our timeline. So a few days ago, I made a tweet that said, the way I'm approaching negative comments from now on is like I'm not even gonna give them any daylight unless I see a true opportunity to give value to other people by responding. I'm just gonna reply with all hearts, all different color hearts, because I already know what it takes to bring negativity into somebody else's community or environment on social media. It just takes a certain kind of person. It takes a person who isn't completely happy with themselves, isn't completely happy with their own lives, to want to come in somebody else's parade and rain on it. Like what is your motive at the end of the day? Like, what are you getting out of this? And so the context at which the negative comment happened isn't really important, but I still just want to dive into it. I was talking about the guy who was doing donuts on 94 freeway here in Detroit, doing donuts, messing up traffic. I just thought it was real ignorant. I'm like, yo, like you stopping all this traffic, but this produces zero revenue. I didn't see the intent or the point. I could have been wrong, but that's just what it looked like. It just looks like pure ignorance. So I comment on it. But, somebody told me I was an idiot. I was broke. I was stupid. I was just receiving hate comments from left and right. And so it got me out of my character. So I started responding with negativity to their negativity, which at the end of the day doesn't do nothing. So it just made me want to do this clip just to let all my friends know that, look, as we start to put out more and more content, and let our voices be heard, let our opinions be heard, you literally have to expect negativity to come your way. And if you think about it, before the internet came along, like, negativity wasn't at scale the way it is now. Nothing was at scale the way it is now. Like, we see so much violence and shit. We didn't see that every day, just a decade or two ago. So now negative comments are now at scale. We used to hearing positive, comments from our family whenever we attempt to do something in life, or we'll get positive comments from our friends. But those people are you can't really rely on their opinion because they love you and they don't want to give you the harsh truth. So this is why I also understand that it's important to listen to your haters, because they're going to give you a viewpoint that your mama just won't. Okay, so but if you can't get anything from what they're trying to give you, then just leave it with, like I said, just reply with hearts. It's just the best thing that you can do to let people know that, look, I see what you're trying to create here. I see what you're trying to do. I see you trying to bring negativity my way. But I'm going to give you some love and I'm going to step away. So, like I said, like, for somebody to bring that into your community, it's an obvious sign that they're not completely happy with their lives. And who am I to try to bash those people or just bring negativity back their way because they don't, they're not completely aware of who they are or consciously aware of what they're even doing. So it's like, it's really just a waste of time. Like, you waste a lot of time trying to go back and forth with people because it's a battle of ideologies at the end of the day. I believe this is right, you believe it's wrong, or vice versa. So it's an ideology clash, and you can't really win, in one conversation or one argument. So I think you should just use social media to communicate with the people who do give a fuck about what you're saying. And hopefully you will convert somebody later on in life. But you have to understand that negative comment, like, replying to that and just feeding into it isn't really gonna do anything but frustrate you more. That's just what I learned from my experience recently. Just seeing what it's like out here, just being heard more. So people are just gonna comment on what you got to say more. And the greatest people in history, the biggest names in history, the LeBron Jameses of the world, the Tiger Woods, the Muhammad Ali's, the Barack Obamas, just to name a few. These heroes, these people that we look up to, they had to deal with scrutiny at some point, So it's like, there's no dodging it. It doesn't matter who you are. For anybody who, follow Christianity, Jesus was crucified, one of the most positive people on earth. That really taught me a lesson that it's no avoiding it. You have to welcome it. You have to be ready for it. And you have to be consciously more mature than they are and understand that like I said, it just comes from a place of incompleteness, right? Because when you're comfortable with who you are and what you know and what you believe, there's no point of trying to battle someone else's ideology or flip what they believe, right? So I definitely had to do this one because I just want people who are afraid to put out content and are afraid to get that feedback. I want y'all to understand that, look, people are entitled to their opinions. You have to just let them have that. It's theirs. Let them have that. So you're gonna you can either keep making excuses why you're not posting, but at the end of the day, you know, only you know what you're afraid of the most. And if it's those negative comments, like I said, we just talked about what it is. You have to just be okay with it. Understand where it comes from. Let that person grow. That person has not figured out life yet. The person who wants to give you negativity, they have not figured out the purpose of life, their purpose in life, the meaning of their own life. So, you know, they try to tear other people down, right? So I'm just happy 2020 is here. This is going to be a year for me to be a bigger example for a lot more people. And I just also, like I said, I just want to encourage anybody who have the nerve to listen to me to do the same thing, to use your voice, use your talent, use your gift, put it out here and let people have their opinion of it. Because it's the only way you're going to get what you want out of life at the end of the day. So I'll catch y'all on the next one.